Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. WWE Raw General Manager Adam Pearce has had a few issues over the past few weeks when it comes to controlling some of his biggest stars on the red brand. Of course, the Judgment Day has been the hardest to control. And now that Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio are part of the fatal four-way Intercontinental Championship match for WrestleMania 41, they could be hoping for interference from their stable. The duo already has an advantage, and after last week's attack, Pearce could decide that it works better for everyone for group member Carlito to be banned from the show. Carlito is the only member of the group who isn't scheduled to wrestle, and after the spear that he was hit by Braun Breaker a few weeks ago on Raw, he has a legit reason to go after Breaker again. Carlito is already in Vegas for WrestleMania 41, but it's likely that he does something last minute for either Triple H or Adam Pearce to get involved. And it could be decided as late as the kickoff show. Carlito could tilt the scales in favor of the Judgment Day even further. That would be unfair for Penta and Braun Breaker, who are already against the odds with two members of the faction in a match where it's every man for himself. Adam Pearce knows that there will be interference in the match if he doesn't do something because the Judgment Day likes to use the numbers game. If Balor and Mysterio are on the same page, then they have their own advantage. It will be interesting to see what happens here. Mysterio and Balor have teased having some issues between them in recent weeks. If it comes down to the wire in the match, then it will be interesting to see if one of them allows the other to win the WWE Intercontinental Championship, or if they decide to fight among themselves. Chapter 1. The Fallout on Raw. The April 14th episode of Monday Night Raw began with chaos. Footage rolled of the shocking moment from the previous week. Cody Rhodes standing tall in the ring after a hard-fought victory against Drew McIntyre, only for Gunther, the Intercontinental Champion, to storm out and attack him brutally. Gunther's assault was cold, methodical, and calculated. He dismantled Rhodes with vicious chops, a thunderous powerbomb, and a steel chair shot across the spine that echoed through the arena. Commentary speculated that Gunther had snapped, tired of being overlooked in WrestleMania discussions. The Intercontinental Champion hadn't been announced for a marquee match yet, and it was clear he took offense to Cody Rhodes being the face of WrestleMania 41. Adam Pearce, flanked by WWE officials, opened Raw in a grim mood. Gunther's actions last week were reprehensible, Pearce stated, and because of the unprovoked attack on a top superstar days before WrestleMania. Effective immediately, Gunther is banned from competing at WrestleMania 41. The crowd gasped. This was monumental. Gunther hadn't missed a WrestleMania since joining the main roster. His historic Intercontinental title reign was approaching 2 years. And now, due to an impulsive attack, he was out. The locker room was stunned. Social media erupted, but the story wasn't over. Chapter 2. Gunther's Silent Rebuttal. That same night, Gunther arrived to the building late, escorted by Imperium members Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. TV cameras swarmed him, trying to get a comment. Gunther remained silent, his icy stare doing all the talking. Later, backstage, Adam Pearce confronted him. "You went too far, Gunther. This isn't how champions act," Pearce said. "I did what a real champion does," Gunther growled. "I demanded attention, and I got it." Pearce reiterated the ban. But then came a curious moment. Gunther didn't protest. He didn't argue. He simply nodded once and walked away. Pearce looked unsettled. Chapter 3. The Swerve rumblings begin. As the days passed, WWE Universe began questioning the suspension. Gunther wasn't stripped of the Intercontinental title. He wasn't fined. He wasn't escorted out of arenas. He just wasn't scheduled to wrestle at WrestleMania. Podcasters speculated it could be a storyline. What if the attack on Cody Rhodes wasn't just a random outburst, but part of a bigger plan? That Friday on SmackDown, Paul Heyman was seen speaking with Ludwig Kaiser in the shadows. Commentary noted it and moved on, but eagle-eyed fans caught it. Why would Heyman, Roman's wise man, be talking to a member of Imperium. Chapter 4. Cody's Recovery and Challenge. The following week, Cody Rhodes made his return. He walked gingerly, bandages over his back, but his fire was intact. "Gunther, you want a WrestleMania match?" Cody growled into the mic. "You want to be noticed? Well, guess what? You've got it." The crowd popped. "I don't care if you're banned. I don't care what Pearce said. I want you at WrestleMania. And if I have to go through hell to make it happen, I will." Backstage, Pearce was asked about Cody's challenge. Cody has every right to be angry. But Gunther's actions had consequences, and I stand by my decision. Yet Pearce looked conflicted. It was becoming clear something wasn't adding up. Chapter 5. The Heyman Factor. In a twist, Paul Heyman appeared on Raw in an unscheduled promo. Gunther is many things: ruthless, powerful, and hungry. But what he is not is a fool, which is why I, Paul Heyman, recognize him as a man of potential. Gasps echoed. Roman Reigns may be preoccupied at WrestleMania, but there are other ways to secure the future of the bloodline. Was Heyman offering Gunther an unofficial invitation? Or was he playing Cody, knowing he'd take the bait either way? Pearce's earlier decision was beginning to feel suspicious. Chapter 6. Pearce's Crisis. With WrestleMania only a week away, Adam Pearce faced a media storm. In a tense backstage interview, Byron Saxton confronted him. Why ban Gunther but not strip him of the title? Why not punish him fully? Why allow Paul Heyman to insert himself into this? Pearce snapped. "You think I don't see what's going on? You think I'm blind? This isn't just about Gunther versus Cody. This is about politics. It's about Heyman. It's about power moves behind the scenes. I'm trying to keep order before WrestleMania becomes anarchy." But order was slipping, and some began to suspect Pearce was using the ban as a red herring to mask a much bigger move. Chapter 7. WrestleMania Eve. Shattered Truths. On the final SmackDown before WrestleMania, Gunther appeared in street clothes, standing on the ramp. He never entered the ring, never spoke, just stared down at Cody Rhodes, who was competing in the main event. As Cody celebrated a win over Solo Sikoa, Gunther slowly raised the Intercontinental title from the stage and smirked. Pearce ran out, demanding Gunther leave. Security escorted him away, but Gunther never resisted. That eerie compliance continued to raise eyebrows. Commentary hinted, either Gunther's accepted his fate, or he knows something we don't. Chapter 8. WrestleMania 41, Night 1. The stadium was electric. On commentary, Michael Cole confirmed that Gunther was still banned from competing. The Intercontinental title match was listed as canceled. But midway through the night, Adam Pearce came out to address the crowd live. "I said Gunther wouldn't compete at WrestleMania, but I never said the Intercontinental title wouldn't be defended." Shock. Which is why, right now, I'm sanctioning an open challenge for the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther must defend it, or be stripped of it. The arena went wild. Pearce just flipped the script. Gunther's music hit, and for the first time in weeks, he walked out in full gear. The Swerve was in motion. Chapter 9. The Opponent Revealed. But Gunther wasn't the only surprise. The man who accepted the open challenge. Randy Orton. The Viper returned to a thunderous ovation, shocking everyone. He hadn't been scheduled for any WrestleMania match. Many believed he was still nursing injuries. As Orton and Gunther stared each other down, fans realized the depth of the setup. Had Orton been working with Pearce all along? Had this ban been a move to isolate Gunther, to bait him into defending against an unexpected predator? Chapter 10. The Match and Aftermath. What followed was a 20-minute war, Gunther as brutal and dominant as ever. Orton using every ounce of veteran cunning. Counters, near falls, RKO attempts, and brutal lariats kept the crowd on their feet. Finally, Orton struck. RKO. 1, 2, 3. New Intercontinental Champion, Randy Orton. Gunther lay stunned, broken. Not just physically, but mentally. He'd been outplayed. Cody Rhodes stood at the ramp, clapping. He never had to touch Gunther. Pearce handled it for him. Or so it seemed. Chapter 11. The Final Twist. As Night 1 ended, Adam Pearce was interviewed. "Why the elaborate setup?" Sexton asked. Pearce paused. Gunther's ego made him think he was in control. But sometimes to beat a tyrant, you have to make him feel untouchable first. But the final shot of the night wasn't Pearce. It was Paul Heyman backstage on the phone. Yes, it went just as planned. Let's move on to Phase 2. Fade to black. Was it all a power play by Pearce, or had Heyman pulled the strings the entire time? The true swerve may not have been the ban, but what comes next? Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.